Everyone, sorry we're having a little bit of
Unless Wise. Oh, Wise is in here. Okay. What is going on? Anyways, so this was supposed to be on our page, but unfortunately, due to the technical difficulties, I'm going to try to go on your page first.
Okay.
If you can save the video for me, I'll really appreciate it.
Yes. I don't know how to do that, but I got help. My assistant is
there you go. They're going to help us out.
Right.
Well, I put comment and it won't let me do anything. Let me see if it'll just send something. There you go. All right, so don't even. Hi Wise, hi everyone that's here. This is supposed to be the the Feel Alive segment. Guys, I had technical difficulties logging on, so I'm gonna go on each individual poet's page, request to go in, and then we're gonna take it from there.
All right.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a native New Yorker.
Ooh, okay.
Born in Brooklyn, raised on the island, Nassau baby. Caribbean descent, 100%
yes.
Haitian. So if you are Caribbean, go ahead and drop your flag. All right, island people, drop your flag. If you know some Haitians, tell them there's a Haitian poet out tonight. Come check me out. I'm an educator.
I'm Dominican, so we're like cousins pretty much. We're right there.
An educator, teach middle school, and I currently just published my book last year. And just really trying to take the poetry to the next level, figuring out new ways to carry it to everyone in a way that it's relevant, culturally relevant, still progressing with the times. So that's the life goal right now.
Just like timeless poetry, right?
Right.
Okay. Oh, everybody's dropping their flags.
Hey,
yes. Caribbeans are in the house.
That's it.
Okay, so due to the technical difficulties, I don't know why I can't say that word.
It's okay, because it's difficulties right now.
Right there. It's all there. So we're gonna jump right to it. So if you want to start your first piece.
Okay, but before I start, am I blurry? Can everybody see me? Am I nice and clear?
I see you a little bit blurry, but I don't know if it's just my connection. Can you see me clear?
I see you.
You just froze up on me.
That makes a difference?
It's still a little bit blurry. But you were fine like 2 seconds ago.
Or should I do this or the last one?
I mean, we can hear you perfectly fine.
You can hear me perfectly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so the first piece is I'm not a poet. I know for me, starting out as a poet, you know, I was always nervous, didn't have the confidence. And when I was going to open mics with a friend, you know, they didn't encourage me as much as I encouraged her. I was her hype man. And I remember telling me at one time that, hey, you're not a poet. You're just really good with writing out your emotions. And I was just like, dang, you know, sister, we're supposed to be cool. I'm your hype man. You should have
I know.
So that kind of like made me not write anymore, kind of doubt, and didn't share my poetry with people. So, but I wrote this piece in response to that.
There you go. All right, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. I am not a poet, just emotional. As I stand here before you, try not to judge, for I am not a poet, just emotional. My mind, my heart, my pen have seen many a nice raging war as it tried to manifest its thoughts. The ink bled the thought in my heart, let's stroke gently gliding down the face. The emotions pour out of a silk chest. Out emotions, release thyself with this left stroke. Stroke, stroke, stroke until you are set free. No more pain, no more sadness, no more hurt, no more disappointment, no more insecurities, no more loneliness, no more bondage. Out, out, I say. Inhale, exhale, I am free. I lay my pen to rest, for I have manifested my heart's thoughts. Poetic? I ain't think so. Just emotional.
I love it.
Thank you, love.
All the energy you gave, like in that, like when you went in, I was just like, yes. I was trying to heart it. That's why my camera flipped. I was like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can do
I'm so used to being in the comment section.
Right.
So that piece was inspired because when you started out, you didn't have the support that you were hoping for, being that you were that good friend. And I feel you on that because I tell everybody, I'm like, honestly, strangers will support you more than your family and friends in the beginning until they see what you're doing, you know?
Yes, but shout out to my family that's up here. They've been supporting me from beginning, listening to Mad Poetry every night, you know.
You're so lucky. Not everyone is as blessed.
No.
But yeah, no, support system is definitely needed.
And I love the poetry community, you know, because we support each other, we encourage each other. We're just really good people.
Yeah, these comments, I can't even keep up. There's so many.
I can't. Right. I'm not even focused on that. I'm looking at you.
Well, everyone loved it.
Thank you.
You're getting a lot of fire emojis, heart emojis. They're saying, "Let's go."
Go.
Speak poet. And you're clear now, so we're good.
Awesome.
All
Rotten
right.
Rotten Soup, baby. That's the name of the book, everyone.
Oh, Rotten Soup. All right, so let me see. Hey, Tony. Yeah. I'm like, you can comment it and then pin it, but I don't want to. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll have somebody comment in the section.
Yeah, and then you guys can pin it. Right. But Rotten Soup, guys, she is a published poet. So let's get into the other piece. I think we have time for like two or three more.
Okay. Next piece I'm gonna do is Phenomenal Glimpse. And this is a poem to the brothers. You know, a lot of times our brothers are hurt and don't have the mentorship necessary to help them evolve into the man that they need to be. And we as women, sometimes it can be draining on us to help bring that forth. But I wrote a poem about the brothers and seeing that glimpse of the great men that they are. Phenomenal glimpse.
I love that. I was about to go heart.
I glimpsed into his future, and behold, a phenomenal enigma. He was a fine black brother, not just any kind. The slightly faded resume read, handsome, educated, spiritual, intellectual, confident, kind, gentle. A phenomenal glimpse of a hidden phenomenal man. Young and confused, his phenomenal characteristics were schizophrenic. He loved but lust. He cared but afflicted pain. He reassured but infused insecurities. He sheltered but abandoned. He led but staggered. He was young, but never built or sharpened to understand the magnitude of his greatness. So he stands today reaching out to know what makes me simple, yet so complex. What makes me fearful, yet so intriguing. What makes me so insecure, yet so great. I've seen a glimpse of a phenomenal man. Yet he defers his own shine. Help me display that man I see inside. Shine, brother. Shine. Shine. Shine, brother.
Tell them. I love that piece.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Water. Excuse me. Bought me water.
I think it's very important to, you know, because I feel like a lot of the time women write poetry about men to bash them because it's obviously those like angered emotions. But the fact that you took the time out to like kind of shed a light on the fact that some men are pretty much like raised to not show emotion and not like process their thinking, their feeling. They just have to put on this persona of I am a strong man.
That strong man.
Yeah.
Not the nurturing side. No one's nurturing.
Exactly. And I think that's something that's to me personally, I feel like that's a Caribbean thing.
Right. Definitely.
Okay, because not every guy is like that, but like for some reason, every Caribbean, Hispanic, Black, like,
right,
we're all
raise
like
the
that.
daughters, and the boys can figure it out on the
way.
Right. So on the vein of brothers, I am going to do another piece about another brother, a musician in particular, that I was once with and spent time with, and wasn't the greatest communicator, but was able to communicate through his instrument. So articulate strings. I met someone who cannot articulate his complexity. He's an artist with many artistic articulations. One art form he speaks transparently through is his strings. Oh, how articulate are your strings. I watch him play and his speech commands attention. I listen to him and each string expresses the essence of him in words unheard before. I feel him and I drown in the depths of his vernacularity. Oh, how articulate are your strings. When I am alone, I hear the great speeches you've played for me. When I need motivation, I listen to the bass line in the song and I search for him. But no artist compares to him. The other strings are hollow. I met someone whose articulate strings draws me close to him. I met someone so complex, but oh, how articulate are his strings.
Oof.
I fumbled there, my bad, y'all.
Nah, you could. You picked it right back up.
It.
That's, oh my God. I love that. I think for me personally, I tend to connect a lot to music. And so there's some things that I'm not able to verbally express to someone, but if I listen to a song or something, I'm like, this is saying everything that I'm feeling right now.
Right. And there's a lot of my poetry that was sparked by great music, so.
Same here, girl. Same here.
I sing a little bit, so my.
Oh, you sing a little?
Yeah, just a little bit. I ain't gonna do that on this live.
You're not gonna do it for the live?
Nope.
You should have never said that. Now everybody wants to hear you sing.
But y'all can go to my IGTV, and there is a video there with some live performance of music and poetry together. So hit that live up. IGTV.
Everybody's saying you can sing, like not just sing.
Thank you guys. We only got time for one more, right?
We got one more, and then I have to hop on with Wise. So
it's either family portraits or we're gonna go with FBV. And Paulina, FBV.
You told me that piece, like, I'm gonna hype you up, so you're gonna do that piece.
Let's go with FBV. FBV talks about the virus that a lot of us are going to have with us even till the end of time, because as long as we as humans are here, we're going to have that virus with us. So FBV. No one came to my funeral, an audience of one, mourning, crying, soaking, heartbreaking, so aching as my life slipped away. FBV took me out slowly. My immune system grew weak. I grew susceptible to lies. I grew weak to deception. I grew frail to betrayal. No one came to my funeral, an audience of one, mourning, crying, soaking, heartbreaking, so aching as my life slipped away. FBV took me out slowly. I didn't have the energy to maintain swag. I didn't have the energy to dream. I didn't have the motivation for change. No one came to my funeral, an audience of one, mourning, crying, soaking, heartbreaking, so aching as my life slipped away. FBV took me out slowly. I watched my life slip away. I died gently and I resurrected gradually. My spirit, my soul, my very essence remembered who I was and cured me of FBV. And I will live to tell everyone, you too can survive the fuckboy virus.
I was wondering what it meant.
Gotta leave that to the end.
Yeah. Oh my god, there was a part you literally, like, I got chills. Like, I don't know if my facial expression said it, but I was like, oh. But yes.
Ooh.
FBV. That's gonna be a new hashtag.
Hey, that's it. This virus gonna be with us forever, y'all. So I'm just saying, don't fall for it. Become
saying, y'all, no F boys around here. I know this chat ain't full of any of them.
Right.
All right, guys, drop them hearts for my girl. Yeah. Is it Zulmie?
Zulmie, yes.
Zulmie, okay. Mm-hmm. So drop them hearts. I'm about to attempt to go on the Colored Colors live.
Right.
But if I fail, I'm gonna hop on to Wise's live.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone who stayed. Everyone who's up here, I'm gonna stay on live once Paulina hangs up and give you family portrait because I appreciate your support.
We do have a question here before we go.
Yes. Yes.
So, Mickey Love 23 wants to know, do you have any advice for me, for someone who wants? Do you have any advice for me that wants to be a poet writer? I guess for someone who wants to be a poet or writer.
Right now, I would say, baby girl, write. Continue to write. Every opportunity that's available for you to perform, take your chance and build that confidence. I know for me, I wrestled with confidence and I wrestled with sharing some of the darkest secrets and some of the most hurtful things. So just grow that confidence and know that you are the baddest poet. We're our worst critic. So continue to write, perform, get your book out because your words are healing. And if someone that is assigned to you to get that healing, they're not going to get it. So get your poetry out to the world. Build that confidence, baby girl.
You just have to get started. Anyway, they're saying to check questions. So on the IG Live, there's a little question box.
Okay.
I don't know if it popped up for you. It should be on your phone screen. Yeah, and then I think you click it and the question pops up.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Paulina. No we'll chat, right? You know we got to talk.
Yes. We will stay after for more content and questions. All right, so then I'm just gonna hop on the other live. It's so funny that you call me Paulino because literally everybody that I meet, that's what they call me. My name is Estefani.
Estefani, yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
But everybody knows me as Paulino, so I'm just like, I'll go with it. It's fine.
Right. Now I know.
Yeah, no, but you can call me whatever you want, girl. We're going to keep in touch. I absolutely adore that piece that's behind you. I don't know if it has any significance or if anybody you know did that.
My niece, my cousin, my little cousin.
What?
Yeah,
right,
she purchased it. This is hers.
She made it?
No. She brought it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off of Zulmie's live, and then I'm gonna go try, like I said, Colored Colors, and if not, I'm gonna just hop on Wise's like we did for this one.
All right.
So thank you so much. I'll chat with you soon.
Yes, we will chat.
All right. Bye.
All right. Hey guys, we're still here. I'm gonna answer this question.
If you have any questions, put it in the box.
Okay.
So
if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the box, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you this family portrait. All right.
Are you answering questions first?
Well, let's answer some questions first. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so the question is, First question, right here.
You know I can't see that because of the light.
What made you start writing, and what inspired you?
Pain. My insecurities, my flaws, and healing myself through words. It was literally taking the time. It was more like journaling at first. It started off as writing and just journaling how I felt. And it wasn't until I was introduced to poetry, reading Langston Hughes, falling in love with Emily Dickinson, that I took my hand at it and found out I was halfway decent. And I found that every time I was hurt, pain, dealing with the most complex emotions, I took the pen, wrote, and it was as if those very problems, those very situations just fell off. So, pain. All right. Next question.
Next question. What's your favorite poem to perform so far?
My favorite so far is I'm Not a Poet. Because I feel like, oh, that's my badge of honor. you said what you said. I am a poet. So I feel like, and to kind of like build up any other poet that's doubting themselves that may be in the crowd. So kind of to reassure them that you are. Nobody determines if you're a poet. You do. So I am not a poet. Articulate strings, of course. FBV now, because I memorized it. And family portrait. Those are some of my favorite. I have about 15, so I'm not about to go list all that. Maybe I'll get a few when they talk about that.
Your sister Emma would like to know, what are you doing later tonight?
I'm gonna call you. Call the girls on FaceTime. I hope my nieces are watching this. I love you, Glory. I love you, Titi, Grace. I love you, Naziah, Kiki, all my nieces and nephews. If you are up here watching this, my cousins, my family, close friends, I love you all. And to the new friends that have joined us in the comments, thank you with this live. Thank you.
Tone I'm Goldwire says FBV needs to be heard more often.
Yes, Tony. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. If you do not know, y'all need to go follow Tony. Let me tell you about Tony. Tony is creating the poetic vibe and frequency here in Gwinnett County. And she does open mics. Her whole team is very encouraging. They literally are just some amazing poets that really help build other poets. So if you're not following Tony, please go follow Tony.
All right. Well, we have more questions, but we'll answer them after family portrait.
All right, we're going to answer these questions after family portrait. That's my assistant, Caroline, and she's amazing.
Hi, guys.
All right, family portrait. Our family looks real good. Our family portrait looks perfect. But if you look closer, you'll see the imperfection. Look into my eyes and I'll tell you the story. I can't talk because Mama always said, ain't nobody's business what goes on at 1402. Can you see the blank stare on my face from my father's absence? Mama tell people he works a lot. Daddy ain't never lived at home. Mama's a single mother. Look into her eyes. She's hurt and alone. My older brother, not even smiling. Well, that's because yesterday the lawyer called and told Mama he'll be facing 7 years for grand larceny. You see my sister, the bright smile? Mama doesn't know she's not a virgin. My little brother looking down. Well, that's because he doesn't know how to tell Mama she'll be a grandma in 2 weeks. And if you look closer at me, my entire demeanor tells you I'm about to have an emotional breakdown. The cameraman said on 3 to smile. 1, 2, 3. Everyone. Cheese.
Look up, Marley.
Look up, Marley. All right, back to our questions.
Mary. This one. Her Instagram name.
Oh, Meron. Hey, Meron. How you doing, Meron?
She said, when did you start performing for the public?
I started performing around 2002, 3, college years. That's when I was performing. I started. And I went on a hiatus after the whole I'm not a poet, and did not perform my first piece again until my book signing.
One of your students, Maya, says hi.
Hi. Yes. Let me tell you, if my students are in the building, I used to teach in North Carolina. So if you of my students are on this live, I love you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Thank you for all the birthday shout outs, the weekly, monthly, the ones who text me periodically. I love you. I love you. Hey, Maya.
She says you're her favorite substitute at Appalachia.
Oh, and I used to sub. When I first moved here, I was subbing. And I had the most amazing kids at Appalachia. So a few of them are up here as well. Love you guys. Thank you for being on this live. And I believe that's the one that's the poet. Yes, girl. We up here. All right, we'll take about a few more questions if there is any.
Jesus.
Let's answer these questions. Thank you, guys. I love y'all. You know, it's my first live, right? So I love y'all. Love the energy.
Bronzed Beauty.
Yes, Bronze Beauty. Oh, my gorgeous cousin. I gotta see her. She's sexy. Sexy.
When was your first official written piece for Rotten Soup?
Ooh. It's actually a piece that never made it into Rotten Soup.
What?
Right. It was called Machapongo. And it was about a dude I dated from Machapongo, Virginia. And
spin it.
That's one of the worst poems I believe I've ever written. But I wrote that at Norfolk State. So from 1999 to about 2004.
I hope I'm saying your Instagram name right. Live to Inspire. Live to Inspire said, can I get my copy signed, or when are you gonna start touring?
Listen, Live to Inspire, Margo. That's my ace boom crew from Norfolk State. She is a poet too. Please go follow her. She is a beast. Margo, as soon as COVID leaves, COVID needs to get up out of here. Once Rona Lachey get up out of here, I'm on tour. So, you got to host me in Virginia, though. You got to spit with me.
Another question is, if you did not go through what you went through, would you have become a writer? Ooh.
Who asked that? Who asked that, son?
Oh, beautifully. I can't see.
Beautifully you?
No.
Oh.
Najami.
Beautifully you. Inc. Najami Jean Claude. Please go follow her. This is New York's top esthetician. She is more than an esthetician. She's also a realtor. Just doing her thing, just really building a Haitian empire in New York with her and her family and her amazing king, Odie. If I did not go through this thing, the things I went through would have made me a writer. I believe it still would have, because pain. We all deal with pain. We all deal with disappointment. We all deal with the evolution of self, of growing and loving ourselves. So I believe a lot of my poetry, some of it comes from the lessons of self-love as well. So yes, I would have still been a writer, because I am a poet, not just emotional.
Dose of Sarah. Ooh, that my girl. Said, who was the first person that you let hear one of your pieces, and why did you choose that person?
The first person to ever hear my poetry was my brothers and my sisters, all of them. I was always calling them, because I always dealt with this complex that they did not know who I really was. They never knew me. They're trying to destroy me. But in actuality, they were the strongest parts of me and kept it real with me. And always encouraged me to write. My little brother, my older brother, Emma, and Inuka, always, they would listen to it. Even when it was like 2, 3 in the morning, I'm calling me up. I got a new poem. I'd get fussed out, but they would always give me their listening ear, because I always knew that they would support me.
The love is real there. And Sharon Rowland said, what do you like best about performing your pieces?
Hello, beautiful Sharon. That is my cousin up in Canada. So she is in the building. Thank you. Thank you. International waters. I'm an international player. No. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But Rotten Soup has made its way to Canada. The best thing about performing for me is because I believe poetry is healing. It healed me. So for me, when I perform, I want those words to go out and to heal the very person that needs it. So for me, that's the best part, is the healing.
Any more questions?
Any more questions? Because we're about to jump off. But we shall do this again. We shall do this again.
Okay. Craving Good Vibes said, how do you get into your vibe before performing? Love your energy.
Oh, thank you. That's my Jamaican woman entrepreneur. How you doing, boo? How you doing? Please go follow her. She has some of the most Caribbean-inspired fire clothing. I mean, fire. Please go follow her. Practice. Oh my gosh. Because I didn't memorize at all. In the beginning, when I started writing my poetry, I was just writing, and did not memorize. And I noticed when I would go to open mics and I was reading from a paper, I felt confined. I felt like I wasn't able to be free enough, to do my thing, talk with my hands, and, facial expression, body, language. So it's a lot of practice. I record myself. I listen to myself, stand in front of the mirror. And a lot of this is my mentor, Bashiri, I don't know if he's in here, has really helped me in literally becoming the piece and not being confined to a paper and to memorize, because it gives me more freedom. So and memorization and meditate. I meditate before I start, because that nervousness and that anxiousness, and I was panicking, I promise you, and I was still shaking when I performed each piece.
Mickey Love 23 said, what was your major in college?
My major was history. I was a history major. I love history. Love it, love it, love it. Mostly civilization.
Zulmie is so dope.
Oh, thank you. You're dope. You're dope. You're not baking soda. You're dope.
What?
Because sometimes we meet people and we think they're dope, but they end up being baking soda.
I Am Allie D said, when is the next book coming out?
Wow. The next book will come out once Rotten Soup becomes the nation's #1 bestseller poetry book. So for right now, I feel like for about 1.5 years, I want to push Rotten Soup to the masses. And then once that's done, the second book could come.
C Poppy Flo has a question. And the question is, can we get a snippet of something from the new book?
Yes, you can. But actually, it's on my phone. I don't know what's gonna happen if I exit you guys out. How does that work?
If you exit out, the live will cancel.
Oh.
But if you get back on, if they want to hear a new snippet from the book, they'll get back on live.
Okay, so listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this together, right? Because you asked for it, and I think you really want this because this one was birthed on 420. Okay, yes. So I know you don't want to hear that, and I'm sorry, it's not a memorized piece because I just wrote it 420. I'm going to go ahead and put it on her phone, and I'm gonna read it for you. So I'm gonna jump off real quick and send it to her. And then I'll be right back. Please come back. Please come back. Please come back. I'm going to take a picture of these questions. Yes.
Oh, my forehead is in it. Someone said, no, don't go. We'll be back.
We'll be back. Promise. I really want y'all to hear this new piece. All right, and we're taking pictures of all the questions. So when we come back, we're going to do a few more questions and get out. And I need a glass of wine, y'all, because my nerves. Be right back.
You'll be back in 2 seconds.
2 seconds. So stay on here.
Oh,
That's my sexy cousin.
Not.
Look up on it. Think they're dope, but they end up being drug no more. Now let's get back to these questions. Just a little.
It was paused.
Oh, it was paused. What? Oh, this is a bad picture, but okay. So, on 420, I was having a conversation with another cousin, and the cousin was talking about when, women finally do get the courage to leave a toxic situation, we often go back. And when we go back, it's kind of like, yo, you're dealing with a drug. It's your drug. You've been snorting this. You've been taking this drug for years. It's not going to be that easy to walk away. And of course, it was 420, right? Drugs. So the poem is called Love Drug. All right. I snorted one line of you and I became addicted. I needed a hit every day. I was addicted to your drug for 12 years. I loved your drug. Even when the high wasn't the same, I needed it. I fiend for it. My body craved for it. I loved your drug. Even when I knew the drug was toxic, inebriating, destructive, damn near deadly, I still needed a hit of your drug. But I've been clean for 2 years, and I don't fiend for your drug no more. Love can be a hell of a drug. Love drug. Now let's get back to these questions.
Just a little snippet.
Just a snippet.
Fafan asked, how did you come up with the title Rotten Soup for the book?
That's my sexy cousin, Fafan. She set the bar for 40. If you ain't sexy at 40, you might as well don't present it to the world, because Fafan did up for everybody. But Rotten Soup. Actually, the book was going to be titled, I'm sure you all can guess, I Am Not a Poet. Okay? And I was in New York with one of my advisors, and his name is Paul. I don't know if he's in the live with us. Scorn. Please go follow him. He's a dope photographer. He's a dope, what do you call those? Digital strategist. He's everything when it comes to media. And we were talking about the book. And he said, this is kind of obvious that it's going to be a poetry book. And he was like, why not Rotten Soup? Let's dialogue about what that would mean. And we just talked all night about the layered meaning of Rotten Soup. And it was a go. He came up with the creative idea behind the picture that was taken and really helped me birth the cover and the title. So thank you so much, Paul G. Go follow him. Scorn if he's in here.
Everybody said they love that piece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Any more questions? We're about to go get some more. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We love you. I appreciate you. If you do not have your copy of Rotten Soup, click the link in the bio. It takes you straight to the page to purchase the book. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Go have some wine with me. See you in the light.